Turning now to the ongoing investigation into the search of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Senator Lindsey Graham is the latest lawmaker to speak publicly on that investigation. In an interview with Fox News Sunday night, he said there is a double standard when it comes to the judicial system and Trump. Graham then compared Trump's investigation to those of former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton and President Biden's son, Hunter Biden. His comments come just days after the director of national intelligence announced her department is also reviewing the documents seized from Trump's home. And our Tom Dempsey has the latest on this story. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Mitch. Yeah, after the release of that redacted affidavit last week, this morning, top intelligence officers continued to review the documents seized from Mar-a-Lago to see if there were any threats posed to national security if those documents ever got disclosed. In fact, NewsNation actually obtained the letter sent from the top intelligence officer in the country, which confirmed this review of the documents taken from Mar-a-Lago, saying it will remain totally separate of the FBI investigation. We're talking about that review. And it involves agents seizing 11 sets of classified records, some considered top secret, earlier this month at Mar-a-Lago. It's still unknown who exactly had access to the records, including ones marked top secret, but this risk assessment will analyze threats if someone without proper authority did see these documents. Of course, this all comes ahead of a hearing this week where a judge will formally determine whether to appoint an independent special master at the request of former President Donald Trump, who will oversee the review of records seized and identify any that could be protected under executive privilege. On CNN State of the Union on Sunday, lawmakers called for more answers on the raid, while others voiced concerns about the investigation. And if appointed, the special master could also determine which documents could be returned to the former president if they don't fall under the scope of the investigation. Again, that hearing will be happening on Thursday of this week. The judge also called on the Department of Justice to provide additional details under seal about the materials that were taken from Mar-a-Lago, Mitch.
And Tom, the judge you just referenced there is Judge Reinhart, but there is a different judge here who's going to end up ruling on whether or not there will be a special master. What do we know about that judge?
Yeah, that judge who's going to be determining the special master, formally signing off on it potentially later this week, was actually appointed by former President Donald Trump. Also important to note, too, that if the special master does get, appointed or named and formally authorized by this judge, it'll be an independent person, likely a retired judge, who handles the handling of the review of the evidence, Mitch.
All right, that is Tom Dempsey live in Washington, D.C. for us this morning. Thank you for that update. And now for more on... Thanks for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.